from the Energy Boutique with your energy forecast for Thursday, February 3rd. So the moon is going to continue to be in Pisces all day. And of course, when the moon is in Pisces, we're a little bit emotional. We're a little bit overwhelmed with our emotions. That can be good, bad, or otherwise, coming from each spectrum of our emotional chart. And we might actually feel a little bit overwhelmed, so much to the point where we may want to just escape reality altogether. But the moon in Pisces is a positive time to do so because we get to check out, move into la la land, really get in touch with our dreams, tap into our creativity, and especially concoct a new dream, a new vision that, of course, the new moon in Aquarius just a couple of days ago is supporting us to do. We need to get that visual. We need to emotionally charge it with all the right vibes in order for it to actually manifest here in this physical realm. This is the busiest day of the week in the cosmos. There are 11 different aspects taking place here today. 10 of them involve the moon. The only one that does not involve the moon is a pretty big deal because that is Mercury, ruler of the mental plane, ruler of communication, finally going direct. We'll talk about that in just a second. So the moon in Pisces is going to sextile, beautiful energy, with Uranus. Uranus, of course, the great awakener, really showing us where it is that we need to approach new ways of doing things. It downloads us with a bigger, broader perspective of the vision of the future. And with the moon in Pisces, we are definitely all about dreaming up, concocting a brand new vision and dream for ourselves. This will likely bring a huge amount of insight, a huge amount of clarity to what it is that we need, what it is we want, what it is we desire for ourselves, especially emotionally. And because we are kind of sorting through a lot of intense energies coming into the cosmos right now, again, the physical body may be overwhelmed and overstimulated, again, wanting to escape, wanting to crawl into a ball and just check out of reality and live in la la land. The moon sextiles Venus, though. Venus, just waking up, still has a sleep in her eyes from her retrograde. This is going to be a beautiful energy because Venus knows damn well what it is that we've realized over this past month and a half on what it is that needs to change. First of all, within ourselves, how it is we treat ourselves, how it is we talk to ourselves. This is self-love, right? Because any relationship that we have outside of ourselves is merely just a mirror for how it is that we feel about ourselves. We've had some huge realizations on what makes us happy, who makes us happy. And because of that, now we got to get down to the visual, to the dream on what it is that we actually want to see for ourselves. Because again, we cannot manifest anything in this physical realm that does not start with a visual that isn't backed with a positive emotion. We have to start in the mental plane, and this particular energy is helping us to clearly define what it is that we now want, need, and desire, where love is concerned, where money is concerned, where our future plans are unfolding. The moon is going to semi-square Pluto. This is not the nicest vibe. This is kind of like we get overwhelmed and overstimulated, thinking about the shoulda, coulda, wouldas, the ifs, ands, and buts. We are trying to be light and fluffy in our dream realm, in our visuals. But then this darker force energy comes in and we become a little bit obsessed with things not working out the way that we would want. Now, this Plutonian energy, although very transformative, although does encourage us and inspire us to stand in our power and take control, illuminates the not so nice parts, the darker thoughts, the darker emotions of our past pain, our past struggle, our suffering, in order to actually act as the catalyst for the change. But because this moon in Pisces is hypersensitive, we could get lost in the darkness, lost in the funk. And it doesn't feel good to move into that darkness because, of course, there's a little bit of undoing. Just when we built ourselves up to a new level of confidence, we go ahead, we rip ourselves down. Just be very aware that this is the darker force energies because, again, once we take a step forward, those darker narratives try to pull us back. They do not want us to evolve. They do not want us to raise our vibration and frequency. They do not want us to change. They definitely don't want us to stand in our power. The moon is going to bump into the sun, and this is going to be an outside trigger, an outside activation coming from our external realms, our realities, our routines, our relationships. Of course, the moon highlighting our emotions and our unconscious self, very attached to the past, is in conflict with the sun, very much illuminating in Aquarian energy the future, where it is we have to bust free from the past, where it is we have to cut the cords from the past, where it is that we have to accept that in order for the new to begin, the old must die. This is an overlap of understanding where our time, energy, attention, awareness, love is needed in the here and now in order to build the kinds of foundations that we need in our day-to-day life now to bridge the gap from where it is that we're currently at to where it is that we want to be, recognizing that we can't go back, that we shouldn't want to go back, that we have to heal what is back there in order for us to lighten the load to move into the future realm. The moon is going to bump into Saturn, also in Aquarian energy, also adding to this outside trigger and activation. How is this going to manifest? Likely through the roles and responsibilities that we have, the commitment that we made, that we do not want to do right now, because the weight of the world seems pretty freaking heavy on our shoulders. We do not feel in alignment with a lot of the tasks and chores that we in our physical realms have committed to. And this is going to illuminate for us what is sucking the life out of us, what is just rubbing us the wrong way, making us get in a funk, because that is where our attention and energy is needed. Why? Because we have the opportunity to build new foundations, new routines that are better supporting a better vibe, a better energy. Sometimes we can rework our previous commitments, the roles and responsibilities that we have. We can rework them in a better way to lighten the load off of our shoulders, off of our headspace. This is really encouraging us to look at what is weighing us down, to figure out how we can kind of take a new approach, look at it from a different way, attack it from a different angle, and actually turn it into a better vibration, a better frequency. This is going to illuminate for us the heavier emotions, frustration. It is going to push us to get our shit together. We know within ourselves that we got to get a grip. We got to get control over our emotions, over our mental plane right now, because of course, everything is overwhelming. We have the moon in Pisces just amplifying all the subtle energies, both within us and in our surroundings. The moon is going to bump into the true node though, and this is definitely going to help us get a grip because we have an aha moment. We are seeing our future vision, our dream that we want to pursue much clearer. Why? Well, the true node being in Taurus right now is showing us what it is we have to let go of to create enough space for the new elements to actually be created and to be birthed into our physical realm. So we're reworking a lot of things here, a lot of our emotions, a lot of our thoughts, because we've had a lot of things happen to us in a very short amount of time. There's a new truth emerging. There are, new rules and responsibilities emerging. We are taking the observer type of mentality and we're taking a good look at what it is that we can change in our physical realms to lighten the load. Therefore, we're kind of planning, we're strategizing, we're piecing things together on what it is that our future dream, our future goal is actually going to look like. We've had a lot of edits that we've had to make, and now we're finally starting to see a little bit of clarity. The moon is going to conjunct Neptune. Neptune rules over Pisces, is in Pisces. The moon and Neptune are going to come together, sit next to each other, have a beautiful chat about what our dream actually is. And this is a beautiful time to be downloaded with a lot of inspiration. A lot of creativity is coming in through the cosmos right now. We are being inspired to pursue new ideas, new path, new truth, new meaning, new purpose. There are a lot of aha moments taking place within us that we can't unknow. This is a very magical time to tap into your la-la land, your imaginary land, your dream land, and really float off into space long enough to actually see what we are aligned with, what makes us happy, what puts a smile on our face when we visualize a certain situation, so that we can start kind of constructing in our mental plane what it is that we want to see manifest in our physical realm. The moon bumps into Venus again in a very harmonious way. This again is identifying for us what it is that we want, what it is that we need, what it is that's going to make us feel safe and secure, what is going to bring us joy, what is going to bring us happiness, and really kind of energy, anchor that energy into the visual, into the dream. This is where we bring our dreams to life. We're in a very, very small window of opportunity, an accelerated manifestation state. We have to be very careful with what it is that we focus on, because that is essentially what we're creating, what we're birthing, what we're bringing to life. This is when Mercury goes direct. You can expect a day of confusion, a day of intense mental pressure, a day of what I'm going to say discombobulation, because of course Mercury is trying to go direct. He is stopping in his path from going retrograde. Now he's waking up. He realizes that he's been drugged. He has to kind of get his bearings together before he can actually, gain his perspective, gain sight, gain clarity. So this does have a huge impact on our mental plane. It does have a huge impact on our communication styles. So don't expect to be heard, to be validated, to be accepted and supported the way that you were hoping for while Mercury is going through this transition. It is going to take a couple of days before we're all going to be on the same page, the same wavelength, with being able to communicate effectively. Lastly, we have the moon sextiling with Mercury. This is a beautiful welcoming back to the upper realms, if you will. The moon in Pisces, of course, very dreamy, very intuitive, very strong in our intuition, is blending the energies with the mental plane, blending our energies with Mercury, trying to gently nudge him awake. This is a beautiful opportunity, again, for us to really kind of create a new visual based off of the reflection that we've done, the review that we've done, the re-editing that we've done. Mercury has been retrograde for a while, taking us on a blast from the past and really analyzing how it is that we even got here. And with all of the information and the changes being thrown at us over this last month, we have a lot of planning to do. Everything that we just realized that has transpired in us in the past, in order to make us very present and aware in this present moment, is going to change and alter the course of action which we take to actually move forward, of course, to pursue our new dream.